Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we're going to do another tier list here today. This is basically a little bit like too early tier list to a certain extent. It's the Royal Rumble and who we think is going to be in it, and I guess maybe who we're going to think is going to win it. There's a whole group of things. I didn't make this tier list, so there's just a bunch of people. So we're going to have it hopefully figure out some stuff here. We have obviously the first one is the winner. That's who I think is going to win. I have a kind of general idea. Of who I think is going to win. Pleasant surprise, I guess, will be like a person I would want to see return. Maybe next year will be somebody that is currently probably on the roster that shouldn't be here. In it, it's just pretty much like I think they'll be in the match, and then no chance would be shouldn't be in the match, shouldn't return, anything like that should fall under that. So let's see how it goes. So first up, we got the kind of a more of a surprise one would be AJ Lee. I actually would like to see her in it. I think she could possibly, with CM Punk being back now. I don't think it'd be completely out of the blue if she came back. So I'll put pleasant surprise. I think her pop would be pretty insane. Not as probably crazy as CM Punk's, just because of like how like volatile that situation was. But I think she's such a heavy fan favorite. If there's a possibility, this would be like the one-off thing that she would do if she really wanted to come back. Alba Fire, I believe, would be in the match. We haven't seen the witches in a while, but I don't see that they would be not picked up. Alexa Bliss would be a surprise person. I would be pleasantly surprised if she came back. I feel like I don't know when she's coming back. It's been a long time. I mean, I've been back to watching wrestling for almost 2 years now, and she hasn't been back. So that's a little unfortunate. So hopefully she's coming back. Ashka would also be a very pleasant surprise if she's back by then. I don't think she is. I think she's still rehabbing, and I think she's not as close as we think she is. But Royal Rumble could pop. Well, that's 2 months away, so it was a good shot. BFAB, with the little push that she got with the U.S. title, I actually wouldn't be fully surprised that she's not in it. I think she deserves a spot because she had some pretty good. She's been having a good match and stuff. I mean, obviously you got 30 women, so you have a lot of space, but um, it gets limited when you start thinking about it. Bailey was the winner last year, so yeah, she won God, I can't even remember which one she won. I think she won the Royal Rumble. Now my brain is absolutely just fried on that. But I think yeah, she's definitely in it. Could possibly go towards that winner side, but I think that's what they're going to be waiting on. Becky Lynch, I think, is probably a shoe in to be in it. I'm putting her as a pleasant surprise because she's currently not, you know, on the roster or like not active, I guess would be the best way of saying it. Bianca Belair, she's honestly what I would honestly feel like is in the top three choices of winning it. I'll be completely fair with that. I think she'd probably win the Elimination Chamber over the Royal Rumble because that's kind of more fitting for her to like win like the test of strength over, I guess, like the longevity one. But she's definitely in it for sure. Blair Davenport's interesting. She's had pushes here and there, and then she's gone big gaps where she's not in it. I think she might be the first one I say maybe next year. I feel like there's a lot of other women here that might get that shot, and I think she's not one of them. Candice LeRae, she's been putting in a lot of work. She's got to be in it. Carmella, I don't even know if Carmella's like contractually on WWE anymore. Or she's going to come back. I don't think she's currently in the cards coming back. So I'm gonna say maybe next year. Charlotte Flair is another one that's coming back from injury. I think she does come back if she's available to come back before WrestleMania. It's either that or Elimination Chamber, depending on what time. So I'm gonna say it would be a pleasant surprise. I mean, we miss Charlotte Flair being in there. It just kind of depends on how much limelight she's gonna be taking up uh, in that main event scene. Is how much how when you want her back and what brand you want her on, I guess. Chelsea Green has been doing amazing work this year and last year, so she definitely deserves to be in it. Dakota Kai obviously should be in it. Probably our new IC title holder. If not, I guess that could possibly happen. Alexa Lopez, I'm gonna probably say no. Like valets slash like managers don't really get that opportunity when you get such a big women's division because we got all these women and this doesn't have the NXT people that might also get a shot. Um, Isla Dawn, I think, will be in there. She has just the amount of chance that Alba Fire has. So if they're both in there, then they'll both be in there. If they're not in it, both of them won't be in it. If that makes sense. Ivy Nile, I could definitely see gets just a spot in there. She'll be in there. She's probably one of those quick outs, but he'll be good. Io Sky, honestly, I would feel is my one of two chance of winning. I honestly feel like she should be the winner. Like I really want to put her in that spot. I kind of feel like I know who's gonna win it, so I'm gonna put her in that she's in it. But I really feel like depending on what the story is, by the time we get to that spot, that she wins it. Next up is Jade Cargill. If she's back being healthy, she's in it, but I'm not really sure. So I'm gonna put her in maybe next year because if she has legitimately a 3 month injury, that would have her missing it and maybe missing WrestleMania. So I'm gonna put her maybe next year. Jordan Grace, I think, pretty much is a lock to be in it. The way that she's been around the WWE, I think she is in it again. If she's not already signed to WWE and is just waiting out like the 90 days fully. Kairi Sane should be in it. She should be our inter- intercontinental champion. I really want to see that, but we're gonna have a whole video on that, so don't worry about it. We got KC2 right here. I believe both of them are in it. Uh, they have their spots and stuff. They have some, they're decent wrestlers, so they definitely deserve it. Liv Morgan is interesting. Is she still the champion when this comes around? Is the key. Uh, I'm gonna say maybe next year because I think she's gonna be champion still at this point. So I feel like she's not gonna be having a chance to win. Lyra Valkyrie honestly has a good shot of being in there too. I'll put her in definitely in it. I have a feeling she could possibly, depending on what kind of push she gets in the next couple months, be one that lasts pretty long. Maxine should get a spot. She's done pretty solid. She hasn't had as much in ring work towards the end of this year, but I definitely think there's a shot. Meacham for sure. Oops, I accidentally grabbed Naomi. Meacham for sure. She's been doing great work, and she might be our U.S. champion. Next up is Naomi. I think absolutely gets a shot in there. Natalia is kind of an interesting one. I believe, depending on where you like Natalia and stuff, that she should be like that person that's on the cusp of like being pushed out if they need people. Like if they can get people lined up that are all over the place. So I would probably say she's in, but I could possibly say that she's maybe not until next year. Nia Jax, I do think loses this championship by then. I think she should be cashed in by Royal Rumble. So I'm going to say that she's not in it, but not champion, maybe. Piper Nevin, I think she'll definitely be in it, especially if Chelsea Green's in it. Raquel Rodriguez, I definitely think is in it. Rhea Ripley, this is the person so far I think has the best shot. I'm going to put as the winner. It's kind of a weird thing because I feel like the narrative here is that Rhea does get one more opportunity. Not at Saturday Night Main Event. I think that belongs to Io. And I think this is her next opportunity to punch her ticket to get to live. And they feed off that background from January to April. It's not the greatest, but I think that is the most narrative thread to do. And I think Rhea wins here, making her a two-time winner and doing it. I would assume like if it was like how Elimination Chamber last year was in Perf, if she was needing to be in that match, then it would make sense for her to be in Elimination Chamber to win. But I feel like do you want that story build up? And they already have a story with her and Liv that like it'd be locked in stone that she would pick Liv. But you never know. I feel like there's some good shots that there's some other people. Next up is Ronda Rousey. I hope to hell not. I'm going to put no chance on that. She doesn't deserve any type of opportunity, especially in the WWE. So uh, I would really not like to see her come back. Roxanne Perez definitely should be in it. This should be her call up at this point, depending on if she drops the title after Deadline. But I feel like there's a little bit of space between Deadline and Royal Rumble that she might still be the reigning NXT champion. But I think she definitely makes it because this would be her third Royal Rumble. She's not even on the main roster, but she's been in the Royal Rumble 3 times. Scarlett, I'm gonna have to probably say no chance. I actually like Scarlett's wrestling, but she's kind of full manager. Shayna Baszler will always get opportunities, so you put her in it. Shotzi, if she is healthy, I think will be in there. Nikki Cross, I feel like won't be in it. I think she's kind of like that almost enforcer type for the White Six, so I don't really see her being in there. Sonya Deville, I do believe, gets a spot. Tiffany Stratton, I believe is in it. I believe she's in it, even though she might be the champion at that time. So I think it's one of those 50-50 things. If she's champion, no. If she hasn't cashed in and has money in the bank, she'll be in this to hedge her bets, but she won't win it. Uh, Valkyrie, not Valkyrie, Valhalla. God, wrong one. But I don't. We haven't seen her back. I think she's still on maternity leave, so I'm gonna say no chance. Zelina Vega definitely in it, and Zoe Stark definitely in it. And that's what I think. Tell me what you guys think. If I messed up anything here, who are you excited on this play? Out of these five, who would you be most excited to see? Me personally, Asuka's my favorite wrestler, so I would definitely be most excited to see her if she's not back, like by before that. I definitely think she would be like one of the perfect people for the IC title if she was coming back. But again, we don't know that, so that's my thing. But I'd also really like to see AJ Lee. I miss Alexa Bliss. Becky I've missed, Charlotte I've missed. So any of these five, I'd honestly be happy about. And I still feel like it's going to be a Rhea Ripley winning this. Obviously, a lot of things can change in this time, and we still have a lot of question marks. But I think after this Raw that's coming up right after Survivor Series, I'm recording it this Sunday right after Survivor Series. So I feel like a lot of this could be changed just up on its head because of that. And not to mention, we have Saturday Night Main Event, and we have whatchamacallit, what's the other big one? Well, it's like the Netflix debut, I think, will be big too. So that's what I think. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.